Welcome to the Educational Channel. This is Episode 3, Unit 1 for Grade 12. In this episode, we will be discussing the reading comprehension. Here are a few tips for the reading comprehension before we start reading the article given. First, have a look at the questions before reading the passage. Read the first sentence of each paragraph and pay attention to transition words. Discuss the meaning as if you were telling someone else what you think it means. And when you come across a difficult word or a word you don't know the meaning of, try to guess the meaning through the context. Go back and reread after you have read the questions. So as we said, we read the questions first and then the paragraphs. First, you will get multiple choice questions. So you have to choose the correct answer from A, B, C, and D. Question number 1. What is the best title for this passage? Now, to answer an implicit question, you need skimming. While you are reading, keep asking yourself the following questions. Why did the writer write this article? What does he want to convey to us? Pay close attention to some key ideas and words that might be repeated all through the passage. Question 2. Which of the following would be the main idea of the third paragraph? You need to skim the whole paragraph for this question and focus the number of the paragraph given here is the third paragraph. The main idea is the point of the paragraph. It is the most important thought about the topic. The author can locate the main idea in different places, but focus usually on the initial sentence of the paragraph. The rest are supporting ideas. Question number 3. What does the underlined word "take after" in the second paragraph mean? It's located in the second paragraph. This needs careful reading and scanning of the paragraph. Build your vocabulary. It will help you to easily identify synonyms or antonyms of a given word. Focus on the context where the word is given. Try to read the sentence over and over again to identify the meaning of the word "take after." Sharpen your knowledge of not only regular vocabulary but also idioms and expressions. Question number 4. What does the underlined word "there" in the second paragraph refer to? Words such as this, these, it, or they are used in specific sentences. You need to scan the targeted paragraph that is mentioned in the question. Pay attention to the sentence which is close to the reference word. Question number 5. According to the passage, which of the following is true? Now, how do we answer implicit questions? Target information is not directly stated in the passage, so you might need to use your personal background knowledge and the text information. Read between the lines, meaning understand the text. After the multiple choice questions, you will get productive questions. That means you have to find sentences to answer the questions. Question number 6 wants to know, which people have exactly the same genes? Question number 7, what features do you inherit from your parents? Question 8, how can you explain that two brown-eyed parents having a blue-eyed child? And question 9, according to the fourth paragraph, explain why black and white parents give birth to dark-skinned children. We read the questions. After that, we read the paragraphs given. So we will start. Your genes are responsible for your appearance and your health. Half your genes are from your mother, the other half from your father. You are not identical to your mother or your father, but you probably look a bit like both of them. Or you may resemble one of your grandparents. But even if you are like other members of your family, you are unique. Your genes are different from everyone else's genes. The only people who have exactly the same genes are identical twins. They should look exactly the same. Some of the features you inherit from your parents are hair, eye color, skin color, and facial features like the size and shape of your nose. You probably have the same hair color as one of your parents, but this is not always true. Two dark-haired parents can have a blonde or red-headed child. This happens when there was a blonde or red-headed ancestor. 50% of men with bald fathers will lose their hair, but the gene for baldness can come from the mother's family too. Only boys should look at their mother's father. They may take after it. The strongest or dominant gene in eye color is brown. If both parents have brown eyes, their children probably have brown eyes too. It is also common for two brown-eyed parents to have a blue-eyed child, but unusual for two blue-eyed parents to have a brown-eyed child. As well as eye color, you can inherit poor eyesight from your parents. So if you are short-sighted, you are probably not the only person in your family who wears glasses. There are many different skin colors, from black, dark brown, brown, light brown to white. Most families share the same skin color, but black parents can give birth to a lighter-skinned child if they have pale-skinned ancestors. Usually, a black and white parent have dark-skinned children because black is a dominant gene. But twin sisters, Haley and Lauren, are exceptions. One twin is black and the other is white. Haley looks exactly like her father, and Lauren is the image of her white mother. This was only possible because their father had a white relative in his past. Finally, if you are left-handed or if you have dimples in your cheeks or chin, you can thank your genes. Let's go back to the questions and try to find the answers. This was an easy paragraph, wasn't it? Number 1. What is the best title for this passage? Let's take a look at the titles given and figure out the correct one. Human beings, features of twins, a family tradition, it's all in the genes. It was asking for the title for the whole passage. So, the answer would be, it's all in the genes. Question 2. Which of the following would be the main idea of the first paragraph? So only this paragraph. Is it genes are identical in everybody? Genes specify who your parents are? Genes determine what you look like? Or genes come mainly from your grandparents' side? Which one is the main idea of the first paragraph? Genes determine what you look like. Now, the meaning of a word. What does the underlined word take after in the second paragraph mean? So we want the synonym of the word. Is it assist, execute, repudiate, or resemble? By the way, if you look closely at the passage, you will find the word there. It's resemble. What does the underlined word there in the second paragraph refer to? You go back to the second paragraph and focus on the sentence that has the word there. And focus, what do you think it refers to? You can replace the words in the multiple choice with there to see which one fits the sentence also. Is it boys, men, bold fathers, or mother's family? You would find that there refers to boys. According to the passage, which of the following is true? So we want the correct one from these, not false, it's true. Is it 15% of men with bald fathers go bald? Both men and women may look at their mother's father. Men always lose their hair because of their father's genes. Or men sometimes inherit baldness from their mother's side. You can check the information back in the text. And you will find that the only sentence true here is D. Men sometimes inherit baldness from their mother's side. After you finish the multiple choice questions and you make sure you chose the correct ones, now you can answer the productive questions. Here, you require full, meaningful sentences to answer. Question 6. Which people have exactly the same genes? Now, which people did they mention in the text that says they have the identical twins? Question 7. What features do you inherit from your parents? When you go back to the text, you can find that they mentioned a lot of features that you inherit from your parents, either your mother or your father or your ancestors maybe. So what were they? The answer would be hair and eye color, skin color, and facial features. Question 8. How can you explain that two brown-eyed parents having a blue-eyed child? You go back to the paragraph that mentions the specific detail or specific information about the two brown-eyed parents. You will find that if they have a blue-eyed child, one of the grandparents probably or maybe had blue eyes. Question 9. According to the 4th paragraph, explain why black and white parents give birth to dark-skinned children. Why do you think so? Do you remember? If you don't, you can also go back to the paragraph. If a black and white parents get married, they might have dark-skinned children. Why does that happen? Can you explain it? Because the black gene of skin is a dominant one. In this episode, we learned how to extract relevant information after reading a passage by answering multiple choice questions and then productive questions. Thank you for watching.